let me start by saying that you are using words which I don't necessarily subscribe to. You use the word victory. I would rather use the word relief. Let me explain. Those who are calling this a vanity project, those who are talking about large-scale difference between Central Vista Avenue, which is a small 400 crore project, and the new parliament. These are the two only components which we are dealing with. And the overall Central Vista project, which includes 10 government buildings, which will house 51 ministries and departments of the government, new conference facility, new residence for the vice president, new Indira Gandhi National Center for Performing Arts, and a prime minister's house. They're mixing up things in a completely haywire manner. Why are they doing it? I submit to you with a full sense of responsibility that this is motivated criticism. There is no relationship of a binary nature between expenditure on the health sector and this project. First of all, this figure of 20,000 crores which is being bandied about. Where is this coming from? The total project has to be done over a 4 or 5 year period. I'm submitting to you that the only expenditure sanctioned so far is on these two components, which is 477 crores to be exact for the Central Vista Avenue, which is the widening of the Rajpath and other facilities, and 862 crores for the new parliament. Is this a new project? The Congress party in 2012, its then speaker, my colleague in the Foreign Service, Meera Kumarji, had already decided we need a new parliament. This is 2012. One of the high decibel producers, Mr. Jairam Ramesh, had written an article in 2012 in a paper in the south in Chennai, I think the Hindu, saying that we need a new parliament. This one is dysfunctional. Now, my question, a counter question, if you may allow, work on the parliament should have been done before 2012. It was evident to anyone that this building, conceptualized 100 years ago, was never intended to be the parliament bicameral legislature of an independent country. It was the imperial assembly of a colonial power. We need more people. In 2026, we are going to have the strength of the Lok Sabha going up from the current 540 plus to 750. Where are you going to seat the people? Secondly, and this is very important, Parliament building was earlier in seismic zone 2, today is in seismic zone 4. God forbid, if there is a tremor beyond a particular point on the Richter scale, you will have the building coming down. So this cannot be subjected to a facelift. You need a new parliament. So to me, as the High Court has said, and I'm greatly relieved, that this is a project of national importance. And it has nothing to do with vanity. This young aspiring leader of a political party that between 2014 and 19 didn't get 100 seats together, talked about a Modi Mahal for 13,400 crores. His grandfather lived in the Teen Murti, which has been converted into a museum. Not his great-grandfather. His grandmother lived in a place which is a memorial. His mother lives in another place. Right? We want an institutional place where the elected prime minister of a country, democratically elected, will stay during the course of his or her tenure. Now, somebody says it's going to be a grand vanity project.
Mr. Hardeep Puri, allow me to come in. You politicians are so fond of rally addresses that you sometimes forget that an interviewee needs to ask a few questions. Allow me to ask, Mr. Hardeep Puri, humor me, allow me to ask. Many people who supported the Central Vista project, because we've been through these arguments last year as well, when the Supreme Court was hearing this matter. The point many people have made, and these are people who quintessentially are called bhakts or supporters of the Modi Sarkar, they have come out and said that, you know, the timing of pushing through this project, especially when the second wave is at its peak, seemed a bit insensitive. And of course, even in the Delhi High Court today, the government of India has argued that this PIL is a facade, and similar attempts have been made in the past since the inception of the project. But people who are questioning, and there is a backlash on this project, are questioning under what description will you call this an essential service, especially when it is timed to the second wave of COVID, which I'm sorry to say hasn't been the best handling as far as the government is concerned, to put it very, very mildly, and to say that a human price has been paid by virtually every family in this country, which is why the insensitivity quotient is being questioned.
Madam Navika, as you keep saying my name twice, when we say Madam Navika, you're not asking a question, you're making a statement. So let me break your statement down into three parts and let me give you an answer. Point one, I completely reject your statement about the handling of the second wave. You can have a separate, frankly speaking, on that. I think you guys in the press have got away with a lot of stuff. And I'd be very happy to counter it in a robust manner, both in terms of oxygen, availability of beds, and the vaccine. Vaccine is not something that you go and buy off the shelf. Somebody has to produce it. Somebody has intellectual property on it. There has to be commercial licensing. Between August and December, we will have another 213 crores. Every Indian will be vaccinated. And those who are making this critical noises, you know, Modi ji, हमारे बच्चों की वैक्सीन कहाँ है? अरे अपनी जो सरकार है राजस्थान, उसके कूड़ादान में देखो, कुछ जो आप वैक्सीन वहां पे वेस्ट कर रहे हो, मिल जाएगी. Let me come back to the fundamental 2 points your statement has raised. First point, both these segments, new parliament, because you need it, because of the seismic zone 4 argument, and you need it because we will be celebrating the 75th anniversary as an independent country in the year of the Lord 2022. You need a new parliament. This was started before, it was conceptualized before, it was approved in 2012. So what did you want? You wanted us to stop it? All those guys who are making this noise are anti-development. As on the case of vaccine, first they were saying, vaccine, mat karo, vaccine hesitancy, the fuel. The 2 Indian companies are no good. Bharat Biotech has got, the clinical trials are not over. Serum is not good. Whose interests were they serving? I'm not making a point, but I get the feeling sometimes they're serving some other commercial interest. And when the wave comes place, Prime Minister in a meeting with all CMs of states and union territories said on 16th March, second wave is coming, take the action. Health is in the state list, all right? Yet the central government backed them up. Similarly, this project, if we had stopped the work, what would have happened? These 1,600 people working in these 2 components would have become migrant evacuees. Migrant workers would have gone because the contractor is not going to pay them. The conventional wisdom is you try and keep economic activity going and you make sure that people earn and in prescribed bubble. We have taken precautions there for RT-PCR tests, social distancing. In the people working on the parliament building, out of 1,300, 900 have been vaccinated. So I'm absolutely clear this has got nothing to do with misplaced priorities. Yes, if 20,000 crores and there's been upheaval, these are 2 small projects, one not so small parliament, one Central Vista Avenue. Then there is no binary between the expenditure. The government has set aside 35,000 crores of rupees for vaccine. My senior colleague, the Honorable Finance Minister, you probably get her on one of your shows, ask her. She will tell you, we need more money for vaccine, we are ready to supply it. PM CARES has made provision for 2,000 crores on ventilators alone. And those who are crying hoarse on this are creating unnecessary controversy. You tell me, on oxygen, on beds, I can tell you what we have done individually. The government, whenever there is a crisis, Madam Navika, I can tell you whenever there is a crisis, you should realize it is the virus which is the enemy. This is a once in a century crisis and we should all work together. The Congress party, on the other hand, many of us leave it, they want to call a particular strain by a particular name. They are celebrating. Anything seems to be going wrong, Congress party wants to celebrate. You know, they are electorally, they've been wiped out in Kerala, they've been wiped out in West Bengal. I wish them the best of luck. You know, it's a pity from our point of view because every government, especially one with a strong majority, leads a healthy opposition. But these guys are fragmenting. They can't make up their mind. They produce false narratives and then they get caught. I want to be careful about my language. They've scored a self-goal. So I'll put it milder. On Central Vista, there is no perception problem.
What were you going to say?
The problem. I was hesitant to speak before the judgment because, you know, if I as a minister say something, you say you are trying to influence the court. I did not give a single interview till the Delhi High Court judgment came up. When we had the Parliament issue, Central Vista issue, disposed of by the Supreme Court on 21st January 2021. I don't remember the exact date, in January 2021. After that, we thought things were normal. But they turned around, and when they can't get something, they will create a false narrative on vaccines. They will create a false narrative on Central Vista. And the toolkit that they provide, the toolkit on Central Vista, they have not even said it's false. They've owned up to it. One of the points in that toolkit which they produced on Central Vista is file a case in the Delhi High Court. They've done it. We've now got the result. So I don't regard this as victory. In all humility, Madam Navika, let me submit to you, I think it is a reassurance that we are on the right path, and if we have to tweak it, if there is any future vulnerability on account of the virus, we will do it. But we are not going to stop our mandated economic activity just because some guys out there are producing a false narrative.
Well, I want to ask you that the repeated arguments and PILs in Supreme Court and then the Delhi High Court show that, and you're making the charge that it is because of a false propaganda. What is the Congress's benefit out of this false propaganda? Because either you think that Rahul Gandhi is doing this false propaganda and it will help him electorally. Then you yourself dismiss it by saying it isn't helping them electorally. And then if Jairam Ramesh goes hammer and tongs at your Central Vista plan, he may have spoken about the Parliament building, but that didn't really include all the other office buildings and the digging up of the Rajpath. So are you actually reading selectively? Are you trying to pick these criticisms selectively, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri?
No, Madam Navika, I'm doing it comprehensively. Let me start by telling you one basic fact, that the Supreme Court dismissed the petition in one go. They collected them. So there's no question of going back. So Supreme Court gave us a judgment. We read the judgment. The only limited issue after that was the issue of stoppage of work during the pandemic, which was the issue before the Delhi High Court. Today we've received the judgment. As I said, in all humility, it's a relief. It's not a victory of any sort. Insofar as the Congress party is concerned, why new building? Because we are spending 1,000 crores of hard-earned taxpayers' money on paying rentals when the government is the owner of the land. Now, this is not a project to be completed by 2022. Some of this work will take place later. I read a hilarious story. Because of Central Vista, some of the roads will have to be expanded when? Between 2026 and 2039. God knows what all we'll have to do by 2039. Just now, we have a defined set of components in the project. We have only attempted the first two. The third one is still work in the pipeline. The total expenditure on that is not even a drop in the ocean. And if they are so worried about money, let them stop the MLA's hostel in Mumbai, which costs 900 crores. I don't want to get into these binaries. There's no relationship between these two components and the health expenditure. If there's any shortage of money on the health front, let me know. Even in a private capacity, I'll help them raise it. What is the Congress party getting out of it? I have no clue. You should seriously interview Mr. Rahul Gandhi on Frankly Speaking and ask him this question. Ask him, what is your plan for today? What is your plan